Hola, here's an ed puzzle about subject pronouns in ser, a verb in Spanish, which means to be. So we talked about subject pronouns in English, and they're used to replace a noun. All right, so for example, if you wanted to say Maria is intelligent and Maria is also athletic, normally you would say Maria is intelligent, she is also athletic. So that's what subject pronouns are. All right, so we had this chart in class, and we just talked about subject pronouns and how they are either singular or plural, and you can have first person, second person, or third person. So in Spanish, they have them also. So I is yo. You informal, talking to a friend or someone you would call by their first name, is tú. He is él. She is ella. You is usted. Do you notice how there's an accent on the U in tú and on the E in L? Those are because it makes it mean something different than without the accent. For tú with an accent, that means you. Without the accent, it means your. And for L, with the accent, it means he. Without the accent, it means the. All right, on the right side for plural, for we have two. Nosotros, nosotras. So if it's a group of all females and you wanted to say we, you would say nosotras. If it's a mix between boys and girls, you would default to the masculine and use nosotros. This box here is used pretty much only in Spain, so we're just going to put a Spanish flag there. But it is vosotros and vosotras for you all informal plural. All right, they, there's two ways to say they. There's ellos and ellas, depending if you're talking about all boys or all girls. And again, a mixture would be ellos, default to the masculine. And y'all, everywhere in the world, except for maybe Spain, would be ustedes, okay? All right, so here's some examples. Charlie es joven. Do you remember Charlie from Good Luck Charlie? So Charlie is young. Ella es muy graciosa. She is very funny. So the ella is replacing Charlie. Tom y yo vivimos en Avon. So that's my husband, Tom, and I. So because I'm included in this, Tom and I live in Avon. Nosotros somos americanos. We are American. And again, a male and a female defaults to the masculine, nosotros. All right, Nemo es un pez. And él vive en el océano. So Nemo is a fish. Instead of saying Nemo again, you would say he lives in the ocean. Okay, Elsa y Ana son hermanas. So Elsa and Anna are sisters. Ellas viven en Arundel. They live in Arundel. So you could replace two people's names with ellas. If they're girls, if it was boys, it would be ellos. All right, so here we go. Now you're going to have a question. Jessie es pelirroja. Blank vive en New York. So which of those subject pronouns would go on the line? Luke y Ravi son hermanos. Blank son cómicos y amables. So what would replace Luke y Ravi as a subject pronoun? Jolie, Jessie y yo vivimos en Avon. See how I'm included in this picture? Blank, preferimos nadar. All right, so now we're going to take it to the next level and go to ser. And I know we've talked about this in class, but this is a good review. So ser means to be, and there's that Shakespeare quote. All right, so here's our verb chart. So what we just did with the subject pronouns, you need to have that pretty much memorized because when you add a verb like ser, it's going to have a different form in each box. So remember, ser means to be. The yo form is soy, tú, eres, él, ella, or usted would be es, nosotros or nosotras, somos. Remember, this one is, this one here is vosotros, which we're going to skip. And ellos, ellas, and ustedes would be son. So in English, you would say, I am, you are, he or she is, and this is the formal you are. This is we are, then you have they are, or you all are. So in English, there's a lot of R's, right? You are, we are, and they are. But in Spanish, all 5 of those boxes have a different word. So you have to memorize these words in the boxes. And that's why we had some songs in class to try to memorize them. All right, so we did this grammar sheet in class. So, yo soy, tú eres, él es, nosotros somos, blank, ellos, ellas, ustedes son. And here's some examples. And we did this grammar 3 in class. So I'd like you to take the grammar 3 out of your binder and put it on your desk, por favor. All right. So yo blank estudiante. And if you look at your grammar sheet, you see the 5 choices. And what would go with yo? Look to the right of yo and you have, what do we have? Soy. So that is the answer for yo soy estudiante. Make sure your grammar sheet is out. All right, nosotras is we feminine. Blank maestras. What goes with nosotras? Let me look at my grammar sheet. Oh, there it is. After nosotras is somos. So what goes on the line? Somos. All right, so the next ones, remember this counts for a grade, and you got to make sure you choose the correct answer. So Peppa, right? Peppa is a pig, and Peppa blank rosado. So which form of ser goes there? Es. Los gatos blank amables. So the cats are friendly. So los gatos would normally be squiggled, just like Peppa would be squiggled, and above it would be ellos, right? So they are friendly. Son. Los gatos son amables. All right, so let's review this chart one more time. Ser equals to be. Yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es, usted es. Nosotros somos, nosotras somos. Then ellos son, ellas son, and ustedes son. Okay, so now these are going to count as a grade. So Michael Jordan, blank, deportista. So what would go on the blank there? Remember, you would squiggle Michael Jordan, and there's a subject pronoun that would be replacing it. Ellos blank hermanos. So what would go on the blank after ellos? Tú blank generoso. So this girl is talking to a boy that she would call by his first name. Usted blank generoso. So this time it's an older person talking, so they would show respect to here by maybe not saying their first name. Yo blank profesora de español. What goes on the blank? Patrick blank tonto. So again, Patrick is not in the chart, so you'd have to squiggle that and write a word above it, and that word would be in the chart, and what goes after it would be on the blank. Okay, there's a picture of the Spanish teachers. Do you see how it says nosotras blank tacos, right? We're trying to say we are tacos. All right, so now this time you're going to figure out which subject pronoun goes on the line. So it's kind of a reverse. You have ace. So when you look at this person and you're talking about him, you would use él. Él es granjero. He is a farmer. So on the next slides, you need to figure out which subject pronoun would go on the line. So you see 2 people there. Son primos. So which of those subject pronouns would fill in the blank? Blank, somos americanas. So which of the subject pronouns would go on the blank? Blank, soy maestra. What subject pronoun would go on the blank? Blank, eres divertido. If you notice, Patrick is talking to SpongeBob. That's why there's a speech bubble. So looking at eres, what goes before it? All right, blank es muy famoso. I think y'all know who Michael Jackson is, right? All right, so that's the end of the Ed puzzle. I hope you understand more about subject pronouns and ser. Adios.